And hello everyone, we're back again with another episode of Modern World Emporium. For today's episode, we're going to take a look at some more crazy modern women and their ridiculous antics trying to cash out on their marriages and ruining everything in the process. Let's get right into it.
It sucks. It can suck in the moment to choose yourself and to choose growth, because this is something that happens a lot when you choose to heal and when you choose growth and yourself over anything else. But unfortunately, I'm not immune to it. When I'm going through it like I am right now, I feel so deeply, desperately alone, and I feel like I'm the only person that's going through this, and all the voices start. And when I'm
Well, we're sure starting out with a whole lot of nothing. She seems to be very, very upset, and as you can see by the title, we're just about to find out why. Let's keep going.
referring to is the bitterness that you can feel in growth. Feeling like I was bad or broken or wondering what is wrong with me are the earliest self-talk memories that I have. And it's only in the last couple of years that I've realized that that may not be normal. I have vivid memories of writing in my journal everything that was wrong with me. My childhood was full of trauma, drama, abuse, just general terribleness, combined with the fact that now I know that I had ADHD, and I didn't find that out.
It's absolutely amazing. She immediately resorts to the top things we're always talking about on this channel. Trauma, drama, ADHD, everything is everyone else's fault. Nothing is mine. Everything is a byproduct of somebody else. Let's continue.
Until I was 30. So I spent years masking and trying to show up to hide all the shame, blame, and guilt that I felt. I would just work harder in front of people and then just tear myself down harder when people weren't looking. And I thought I was like holding all the pieces together until my life imploded, and I was handed my second set of divorce papers when I had a very small child.
Now that is what I call crazy. Handed a second set of divorce papers by 32. Are you kidding me? This woman had to have been an absolutely awful human being in every way, shape, and form to have been divorced twice by 32. Most people aren't even married by 25 or 30, let alone... Like, what is wrong with her? It's absolutely disgusting, and she's trying to sit here and convey sympathy and try to draw on it and just say, hey, you know, everything is everyone else's fault. You can't blame me. I have trauma, this and that. This person is clearly just a loser.
So now I'm a single toddler mom with 2 divorces under her belt, left here thinking like, what do I do now? Because everything that I had tried, all the coping mechanisms, trying to find the right one, going to therapy, being a yoga teacher, doing Reiki, like none of that stuff kept the train from running into the wall. Until I found the emotion code, and that was the missing link that put everything together for me.
So in other words, we have yet another delusional, sociopathic modern woman here who thinks everything is everyone else's fault. She literally just can't see why it's all happening. She can't figure it out. She had to do yoga. She had to take classes. She had to do Reiki. It's crazy. Like, these women literally are so non-self-aware, and they just don't get it. It's like, how do you go 32 years thinking that absolutely nothing is ever your fault and everything is the fault of someone else? It's just really disgusting, and it's pathetic, and we are moving on from this woman because all she does is complain for another 60 seconds.
I've been going on dates for the past 2 weeks. When I say I'm not satisfied, this what the fuck I got to choose. When you take me on a date, you open up my fucking door. You open up the door, you pull out the chart if it's a chart, and you cut my fucking steak if it's a steak. I'm always gonna order a steak to see if you got some fucking home training, hoe. If you take...
And it took a grand total of, under 30 seconds to realize that this individual is not a lady. This is just another modern woman with a sailor's mouth that thinks she's better than everyone and thinks that she's entitled to everything in the world. Oh, you're going to open my door. You're going to cut my steak. I'm going to order the most expensive steak just to see if you've got money. How disgusting. What an absolute... What would you even call her? She's just really, really nasty. You can just tell by her demeanor she is not pleasant to be around.
Take a female on a date, she order a steak, you cut it. The fuck? They pre-cut it, then you cut it. Be a gentleman. Be the gentleman. You trying to gently touch on this ass? Do the work. Do the work. We going on multiple dates. You want some ass from me? We going on multiple dates. We putting in effort. Bitch, we doing what we gotta do to get some ass. Fuck home.
Yeah, we can immediately see why she is single. She's a completely unpleasant person to be around. She literally can barely pronounce anything. And for some reason, look at the way she's dressed in the TikTok. It's just like this woman thinks that she is the prize. She thinks that every man is below her, and she thinks that you owe her something simply for her just existing. And men are just not having this anymore. They're not dealing with it. And thankfully, she'll be single for the rest of her life. And hopefully, no cats will be hurt in the process.
Single mom is so hard. Being an autistic single mom is a whole nother ballgame.
Couldn't even go a full 12 seconds without bringing up something for some way, some reason why that she is not responsible for everything and why her life is so much harder than yours. I am so tired of these women constantly fishing for sympathy, constantly fishing for compliments about how well they're doing, and constantly just trying to prove to you that they're just so hardworking while you're not. It's really pathetic. Let's continue.
I worked from home for 4.5 years after not working really at all for 2.5 years. I owned a daycare when I lived in Illinois, and because that was the best thing ever. Just tiny humans all day. But like, I can't handle this shit. I have absolutely no time or space to just like exist.
Oh, woe is me. Everyone in this world has to work for what they want. If you want it, you need to put in the effort to get it. This is another woman who thinks she can just sit back, relax, kick back, and have somebody else get it for her. You can tell just by how she is. And also, another thing I want to throw in here is, notice how she cannot keep eye contact with the camera. She knows that she is bullshitting you, the viewer, and she just can't even hide it. Let's continue.
Every waking moment of my day is demanded to somebody else. I have no autonomy over anything that I'm doing, and as somebody with PDA, that's really hard. I'm having a hard time just surviving right now. All I had to do was go to work every day. I love my job. I'd be fine. I'd come home and I'd decompress and I'd have space for my partner, and that'd be fine.
Something that I really want to touch on here is the use of the word partner. Women will often do this because they don't want to call their man their husband or their boyfriend. It's really just demeaning language. It's almost like saying, like, we are on an even plane, everything is equal, we do everything evenly, even though you can tell just by what she's saying, she barely worked for the last couple of years. She had a nice sit-down work-from-home job. She had it easy peasy because her husband took care of everything. And now she's going to sit here and cry because she chose to destroy her family for some fun. How pathetic.
But I have kids that have really, really, really high needs, so like I don't have time to decompress like anywhere at all at any part of my day. And I can't even go to the gym anymore, which was the only place I used to find an ounce of sanity. And all of this because I have to be the sole provider for 4 kids.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Shut up. She's just complaining because she decided to ruin her family, and now she has to deal with the endless consequences of divorcing her husband. She has no space because she has to take care of her kids, and that's entirely on your own. That's your own fault. Had you kept your family together and, decided to not act on your ridiculous impulses, maybe you would have a little more free time. You'd be able to go to the gym. You wouldn't be providing for 4 kids on your own. But because of your own dumb mistakes, now you get to live this beautiful life you have set up for yourself. Loser. Disgusting.
Because for some odd reason, their other parent could care less about making sure that their needs are met. I am the one exhausting myself, fighting my son's school, literally constantly. And it's been so hard. And I have to go to school or take the kids to school. Can't even take 3 minutes to record a video. Tell my toddler go stand. It's just not fair. It's not fair.
You are absolutely right. It is not fair. It is not fair that you ruined your family. It's not fair to your ex-husband for what he had to go through when being dragged through the court system. It's not fair to your kids because now they have a broken home. It's not fair to anyone, of course, except you. And you're the only one who claims it's not fair to you. You destroyed everything for everyone around you for selfish reasons, and now you're sitting here crying on TikTok, acting like anyone gives any form of a shit. These women deserve absolutely no sympathy. They can go to hell. This is disgusting in every single way, shape, and form. She blames a mental disability on her, her actions and her inability to care for her kids or why it's so hard. She sits here and just pretends that everything is everyone else's fault when you can clearly see it is hers. She can't even hold eye contact with the camera, like I said earlier. It's like she knows deep down. She knows she is the root cause of all the BS.
Thanks to you, my daughter has nothing. Nothing. And I want to know why the house was put in your mother's name when you've got 2 flashy cars on the drive. Sorry? Is that really the way to speak to your ex-mother-in-law?
Well, now this seems like an absolute win on his part. He did everything correctly. He put everything in his mother's name so she couldn't take it into divorce. He put the cars, he put the house, he put everything in her name. And look exactly what happened. This woman's own mother tried to assist her in cashing out her marriage and taking everything from this man. But it seems they didn't see it. They didn't see it coming. My man was 3 steps ahead of them, and he is a king.
Is it?
Well, it is, yeah. Listen here.
So could you please answer my question? Why is this house in your mother's name and not why did my daughter not know about this?
Well, unlike your opportunistic. That's how you say the word. Opportunistic. That's how you say it. Daughter, yeah. Unlike her, I'm a very caring son. So I thought, well, I love my mother. Let me buy my mother a house in case if I sadly maybe pass away before my mother.
No, I'm sorry.
This is an absolute win. In his case, he gets to keep his house. His mother gets to have the house as well. Say, like he said, if anything sadly happens to him. And he is a loving son who cares about his mother, and his mother clearly cares about him by allowing him to put all this stuff in her name. And I love how he calls her opportunistic. That is hilarious. He saw this coming from a mile away, and he played the right hand. What a Chad.
Could be like, Lisa, my mother has a nice, lovely
You didn't
house.
think to mention this to my daughter? You didn't think to mention it to her?
I don't need to love her.
I mean, she married you and she loved you and she trusted you, and all the time, her home, which she decorated and did things for the garden,
by my
all that jazz.
With my money.
Ooh, and he got her there with his money is correct. So I'm going to assume this woman was more than likely a stay-at-home wife or mother, was taking advantage of this man using his money, and she was attempting to cash out when she got bored. My bet is on the fact that she probably saw one too many TikToks and thought it was a great idea to strike while what she thought was when the iron was hot. But unfortunately, it did not work out for her.
Was it your money though, or was it your mother's money?
Oh, my mum's money. Well, no, I bought it for my mum. It was a gift. It was a gift.
really. And you couldn't buy flowers like most people do for their mothers.
Oh
You had
no,
to-
I bought the
you had
flowers
to
for your
give
daughter.
This video goes on for about another 3 minutes. It's pretty much more of the same. We covered the big fun part of it. Long story short, he just makes fun of her a bunch and then tells her to get off his property. And that's about it. All in all, she lost, he won. That's all that matters. And she got absolutely nothing out of the divorce. This is why social media is so toxic for women. They just get indoctrinated by what they see online, and they see other women doing this, so they try to do it themselves. With that, we are going to cut the video right here, guys. I am really appreciative of you watching me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.